Good morning. So it's been a while I posted some videos because I just left the place that I was having free Wi-Fi to upload my videos. So I just want to go into quick analysis here. It's Monday morning. I don't want to waste any time. So on GBP USD we have this downtrend that has been going on for quite a while since July. Officially started in July. Right. So this is where we are at now. So as I was saying, on G we have this downtrend, but this is where we are at now, and the market is looking like it's kind of like changing kind of like structure because I was expecting a break and a test of this area, a breakout of this uptrend, right? This counter trend breakout to retest on this point of interest on the higher time frame, right? And just keep pushing down. But right now what we are seeing is a break above of this resistance that we had here last week, this resistance here. So let me just go into what I'm expecting. The market is open already, so I don't want to waste any time on just one pair. I don't want to waste much time on any pair at all. So as I was saying, I was expecting a break and retest of this area for me to go short. But now the market is not looking like he wants to go down. So what I'm expecting now is that the market has broken above and retested higher already, so I'm expecting another retest on this area or maybe on this trend line for me to buy. Right, that is why my stop loss is so down here, because there's a possibility that price might just come here, give us something like this, come down, test that trend line, then just keep going up. So I don't want to get invalidated before all of that move happen. So that is why my stop loss is here. I'm reaching about 39 pips. The whole move is about 1 to 3 weeks to reward, right? It's about 122 pips of profit. So this is what I am expecting on GBP USD. So guys, on USD JPY, what I'm expecting is it's quite kind of like different, right? Because the whole market is kind of like moving in the total opposite direction of what the main move is. So you can see on USDJPY having an uptrend. It's not the best uptrend I've seen so far, but we expect a lot of levels. So that is why our uptrend has those these levels there, right? All these levels are well respected areas of interest, point of interest in the market that market has respected for a lot of times. So this is what I'm expecting. This is the 4 hour time frame. If I just move to the 1 hour now, you can see the view is very clear here now. I was expecting a breakout of this zone after the market broke out. There was a trend line here. I think from here, something like this. So there was a breakout retest of that trend line. This is the trend line here. So the market broke out the trend line, retested this lower time frame resistance, turned it into support. So I thought that maybe the market would just keep going, but what the market did was just completely different. Because let me zoom in a bit. So the market broke out of that trend line, came to test this previous area of this higher time frame point of interest or higher time frame resistance. Then it started going down. So what I'm expecting on USDJPY is very simple, and it's a nice setup. Right, this is a nice setup. It's about 59 pips, if not 60. Look at it, 59, 60 pips. So what I'm expecting on USDJPY, I'm expecting to short. Once I see a red candle, 15 minutes red candle close, I'm going to sell this market. So as I was saying, once I see the close of this 50 minutes candlestick and it closes red, then I'll be selling. But it will also be nice if I see a like a kind of like a bounce off this what's it called, off this trend line here. There's a bounce off the trend line to form like a double top around this area here, and that will be another additional confluence for me to enter the trade. There was this counter trend I drew here. I thought maybe the market would reverse from this place, but it did not actually give us a 15 minutes candle close. So that is why I'm waiting for the one that is above for me to kind of take this trade. So what I'm expecting now is simple, just a bounce of this trend line, then a full-blown reversal. It's as simple as it is on charts. So this is what I'm expecting on USD JPY reversal from this trend line for me to go short. Not too complicated once you know what you're doing. So that's that for UJ. On GJ, it's actually kind of different because I have a trade I was supposed to take and I didn't take it because I didn't just like the kind of things I'm seeing. Right, USD JPY and GBP JPY last week, and I think last 2 weeks they are moving in totally different directions. You can see GJ was kind of like in an uptrend last week, and USD JPY was dropping last week. So they are kind of like opposite different direction right now. So there's this trend line I plotted from here. I put this trend line like I think a few weeks ago, and for some reason the market respected it and bounced off it and started going up. So when the market came to this higher time frame area of interest, point of interest, whatever you want to call it, support and resistance, blah blah blah. So when the market came to this area, I was expecting kind of like a break and retest of this area, then a push to the upside. Let me go to the 1 hour so you can be able to see. So when it came, I was expecting a retest on that area to go up, or maybe a retest on that trend line. Now you can see the market retested that trend line, give it about 30 or 40 pips now. It's about 30 pips. I was supposed to take that trade, but I didn't take it because I don't just like the kind of structure that I'm seeing right now on GJ, because GJ is not as it was before. So I'm kind of like still waiting for for the right time to take this trade. I might miss out on it, but I'm good with missing out. I'm cool with it because I don't want to take a trade out that I just kind of like just take anyhow. I want to know what I'm taking before I take them. So I also added this kind of like consolidation here because I know that I did this last night, sorry. So I added that last night, and you can see the market was expecting it multiple times. So I was my what I was thinking was that maybe the price comes to this place and reject off it, and that's exactly what it did. It went up about 30 pips. But I don't just see reasons to take this trade, to be honest with you, and that's why I've not taken this trade yet. So it's not too complicated here on GJ, or it's kind of like complicated on GJ. So I'm expecting a bullish movement and a bearish movement at the same time. So there's no certain move I'm expecting on this pair. That is why I'm not taking any trade. I don't want to take a trade that doesn't make sense right now. That is why I'm still waiting on GBP to get a good move. I don't know if this will work, but let's see. Doesn't make sense at all. Doesn't make sense. There's nothing that makes sense on GG right now, to be honest. Or maybe if I see another bounce on this place, be testing that area again, then I might enter, right? As like a third trend line bounce, I might enter if I see a good bounce of that area. But for now, I'm just kind of like sitting on my hands. One thing about trading is not just trading. Can you be able to have that patience to wait for your setup to come before taking it and all of that? And can you be able to be patient to wait for your setup to come and you take it? Some people will wait for your setup to come, and when it finally arrives, they will not be able to take it. So you need to also consider that too if you think that you want to go into this part of trading. So I'm trying to. So I just check if this fits. It doesn't, so I'm just gonna remove it. This trend line is not valid yet, so let's just see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So on US oil, I have this good trade I'm taking already. So I'm actually buying US oil right now. If I go to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that it's just sell, right? We've been selling since last week. Daily time frame, you can see that the pair on its own is like it's bearish for over 2 years now. So you are still keeping that bearish momentum. 4-hour time frame, you can see that we've been bearish last week, we've been bearish this week. Broke out of this main area of what's it called, main area of interest, right, or of support. So previous support now is resistance. Broke out of this one too, this one that we currently have here. Let me mark it. This one broke out of it. So I'm expecting kind of like a retest before the market moves down. right? So this is what we have. We're having this downtrend here. So I'm expecting the market to create a third leg around this area here as a third trend line bounce before dropping. I'm expecting to sell this right now, but you know, I'm kind of like buying right now. It's a counter trade. It's a counter trend trade, yes, but you know, I mean some good amount of profit. Hope you don't. I hope you don't reverse on me, but you know, that's the risk we take, right? That's the risk we take as traders. So I saw that price has bounced off this support multiple times, and there's a possibility of it, you know, going up. So I decided to wait for the 15 minutes close of the green candle, right? This after this candle close, let me point it out for you. So after this candle closes, 15 minutes close, then I saw this candle was actually going bearish. Then I took the buy around here, exactly here. Then you know I'm in some good amount of profit. Let me calculate. The all-time high on this trade was about 49 pips. Now it's at 42 pips. So I'm a good amount of profit on my real account. I'm about $4 plus profit on this trade. So let us see how it's going to be. There's a possibility that price might reject off this area here. Price might reject off this area here, but this area makes more sense. Alright, this area makes more sense for price to reject off. So let's see how it's going to be. Right, we can never predict how far the market is going to go or where it's going to stop or where it's going to reverse, but you know, we can just give our own analysis. Right, I also saw this trend line breakout as an opportunity, right? Breakout of the trend line of this minor trend line. So I was like, okay, let me just take this counter trend and see how it goes. I'm supposed to be exiting now with my $4 profit, but I don't think I should. I think I should just kind of like wait a little. And also there was an opportunity for me to scale in on this position. Let me show you. So when the market moved, he went into a bit of drawdown, right? He went down here. I was losing about 13 pips, exactly 15 pips. All time I was like 16 pips, so I was in profit. Then it came back down to about 17 pips. I wanted to take another trade here, even though it didn't hit the top of this our resistance, our current support rather. When it didn't hit the top, I know that was a good area for me to for me to scale in a position, but I didn't do that because this is a counter trend trade. I don't want to risk much. I'm risking about 20 something pips, 26 pips. That are like $2 plus. Up a good amount of percentage now. So I just want to see how it's going to be. Right, there's a possibility that if price, let me delete this, let me take this out quick. So there's a possibility that if price comes back here, I might scale in a position, but I don't think I'll be doing that. But let's just see how the scaling, like how the position, how the candle closes determines how good I'm going to scale a position. Right, if I want to scale in a position on this area, I'll be very confident in it. But if I want to scale a position on this area, it will be, I'll have less confidence because I'm not much in profit. So I'm going to repeat what I said. If I want to scale a position here, it will not be as I will not be as confident as scaling a position here. Understand? So this area makes more sense to scale, and this area makes less sense to scale. So let's see how it's going to be. Right, this trade is still looking fresh and looking clean right now on the chart. So let's see how it's going to be. This US oil is almost as fast as gold, or it's not as fast as gold. So there are some good moves also on US oil. Let me show you something. Like, look at this. This was sick. This was another one. I think I took this one. Last week. This one. Let me show you. There's another crazy one here around here. You can see this. So there are good moves on US oil. So just went to see this trade. So let's see how this counter trade is going to go. I don't like scaling on counter trades, especially the ones that are just almost not too wide. Like the trend is not as big as, it's not very big. It's a kind of like a small trend. So let's see how it's going to be. Okay. So thank you very much, guys. If you this is the end of the video. So if you watch this till the end, I'm just a forex trader trying to put my analysis out there and teach as many people I can teach, right? So do please to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification so anytime I post a new video you'll be able to see it first. Liking and commenting this video also help the YouTube algorithm to send this video to as many people as they can, right? To especially to people that want to gain a knowledge or gain a mastery of the forex market. So that is that for that. Thank you very much and see you on the next one.